a membership check, and I'm trying to get that Washington State. And that gal
see,
had
I'm
said
getting-
she was gonna get a group.
This is the man Barbara brought back to the room. Yeah, sure, Joe.
He wanted to know if you were here.
Joe Schaefer, yeah.
Yes.
He thought you were
I didn't
wanted to
know.
know
the
if
fancy one.
he
I
wanted
didn't
to
know you
if-
were here, Murray.
Yeah.
I would have never gone out.
He wanted to know if you were in your skivvies.
Yeah.
I said he was at
Still
lunchtime.
dressed?
Start there
Hello.
and come around. There's Irene. Hey, say a few words.
There's Carly.
There we go.
The portion of the program that I'm glad to be a part of. It's the roll call of the nfsps president. And I'm Betty Grugan, the nfsps secretary. The flowers are going to be presented by Marianne Brim-Rui, who is the nfsps vice chancellor. And then we're going to listen to some poetry from the past and present nfsps presidents. And then to round up the program, we're going to have a poem read by Frida Baker Nichols. So that will be the program. We're scheduled to be from about 2:30 to 3:45. I don't have a watch, so somebody else
We
keep
won't
us
stop,
on
but we'll
time.
just let it go.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it. I would like to say that one of the things that's really impressed me about NFSPS has been the president. And even after their term of office, all of the time and the talent that they continue to give to this organization. And I think that is one of the strengths of the National Federation of State Poetry Societies. This started back in 1959 when we had Cecilia Parsons Miller from Pennsylvania. In 1960, it was Clinton F. Larson from Utah. 1961 was Robert D. West of Ohio. 1962 was Edna Mute. Is that Mike? I always mispronounce her name, and I'm sorry. Then in 1963, I believe that she continued. In 1964, Marvin David Winsett from Texas. And it looks like that goes on through 1965. And now the person that we've waited for, Max C. Golightly of Utah, served in 1966, and I believe he told me one time he'd attended more national conventions than any of the others. He can confirm that fact. So let's listen to some poetry from Max. And first, the call. Oh, sorry, boutonniere.
Pardon me if
Max, tell them about the
I'm a
gavel.
bit emotional. Pardon?
Tell them about the gavel you gave.
I'm emotional because I knew all of these people from the very first president and the founder. And I've been close to them. And I've known every one of them donating money to get this started, as some of the past presidents have donated money, and I've seen this grow from 18 at the National Convention in Provo, Utah, the third one of which I was chairman. And now it looks like we're accomplishing some great things, and I'm so proud of everybody who's lent a helping hand and hours of their valuable time away from their own writing to accomplish a wonderful friendship society as as the NFSPS, and I thank you for this honor. It really is an honor to belong to this society because it gives more than it receives in friendship and in remembrances and in help along the way, along the path that we all enjoy together. And I used to think, not so very long ago, that I won't go next year. I'm getting too old. And they can get along without me running around remembering old times. But I meet new people coming in. And I become friends with them, and I want to get with them again and see them again and love them again. And everything I've done has been done out of love for my fellow man. And I think we share a lot of that in our writing and in these conventions. And I thank you again for all of that. Because we've accentuated America, I would like to read a poem that I've been working on for a couple of years. And it's called Tomorrow, My Beloved America. Fate, in the name of truth, came wanting upon you, my America, the self-assured bridegroom craving the elusive dream. He found you waiting, a lamb unloosed behind the hedges, a vestal rarity of radiance, your hair plaited with morning stars, woven with green breezes. You wept when he touched you, blue dark folded into your eyes when he took you. Cherokee feathers fell in Manhattan. Ships sank in the boiling sea. Shores receded, mountains shuddered. Hair tracks burned crimson in the snow. White smoke billowed on the forest tops. But broken promises have made habits of innocent praises, have cast their shadows, ominous, benign, and you, my beloved America, my beloved freedom, are you waiting to be delivered, your purpose set on an hour that does not come, will not come out of its time? Tomorrow, when the sky is not burning, I shall paint back every bird, fling back each broken star into that withered sky, if only you will have faith in me. That was the grand prize in longer than I care to think ago. It was called Heritage. Some Sunday when stories are ended, hours dropping through the ceiling, find in the whir of memory ghosts of Redskin, Geronto, the Indian. Some Sunday when the hens are startled, sheep bells ringing Italian on the air, find in your wide-eyed childhood days, yellow afternoons, breathing chiaroscuro, fields flowing out the skyline. Yearn as you were 16, counting poplars in the sun shaft, hiding in the filtered afternoons on the edge of daytime, wondering at women quiet in their passing, cool in the house from pumpkin weather, no sound anywhere save moan of our organ in the east front room, laughter flung on the air by sisters upstairs playing store-bought dolls. Some Sunday when the cattle low, sheds creaking the afternoon, goose down flying by the mossy slough, Geronto's face in the lilac trees by the back porch waiting, wanting to run with you. The sun will turn as you sprint with your brothers, bearing apples, knives, salt cellars, Sharpie, out across the burning yards. The barn as you run 20 years gone, rising phantom in your eye, higher than pyramids. There in the loft, in the prime bright yesteryears of your mind, in the earthy dung scent milk smell aura, mice and wheat bin, nothing altered, wigwams will grow. Toronto will tell his stories. Time will curl in the high blue. Buffalo will run. Herd smoke puffing up into the hard sun. Warriors will ride with their fathers. First feathers caught like doves in their hair. Sunsets moving, purple and orange. Dawn spreading vermilion in your eyes. There in the hay, in the knowing of your season, Toronto's tongue in the temple days will sing in his language the song of his time. Pigeons will wing into early stars, fashioned in the roof of wherever you see, whatever you hear. Some Sunday in a pearl of moonshine, clouds coiling back on the end of August. Some Sunday when the whispers are about and circling, when the hounds hurt the air just enough to hear, under moveless nights studded with planets still cooling down up there. Lie with your thoughts in the grass of the past. Breathe in the air of promise and gain. Unleash the quivering silver time gone. There on that Sunday when your world slows down, fall whispering softly in the silence of your fears. Listen to the inward where the green is waiting, where the nights are panther and jeweled wonder, where Toronto is in the moment of his thunder. He will come again, smiling in your televised brain, chanting in a halo through the phonograph pane, summerly worn by his doubtless grace, to show you your face, where you have been, where you are going, how near the past is, when it seems so far. Some Sunday, whoever you are. Thank you.
We had Hans Jorgensen, West Virginia, and that was on through 1969. Then in 1970, Russell Farrell of Wisconsin, through 1971. 1972 was Gene Jenkins of Utah, through 73. In 1974, Catherine Case Luby of Texas, through 1975. And then in 1976, we have a president here in the audience, Glenn R. Sweetman.
This is Marion's chance to stick us all.
Yes, this does bring back old memories. I remember Max was one of the first people I met. I was invited as the guest speaker in 1970 in New Orleans. I immediately joined. I'd like to read three. The first one is the briefest. These are from my poems of the fantastic, except the third. This is called How Civilization Fell. Once, no flowers grew. Then the railroad daisy pushed through concrete. I myself, only a boy, trudged miles to see, and people began to rip the astroturf. And this is a stolen poem. When I was back in graduate school, I was the most beautiful red-headed graduate student, and she wanted to be the great lady literary critic. And I was not particularly interested in her literary criticism. And one day she told me about this dream she had where this sort of phoenix-like man came. And I got the idea. I said, well, I'm going to just steal that dream. And so I got this poem. To Zarita. All I want from you is one dream, and I shall steal it if I can. My craven soul will skulk into the dark room where you lie, pluck the dream from air as it begins, roll and shape it to my end. And what a dream I make it, First, I move you sleeping from the dark to an abandoned beach where clean white sand cools light from white hot sun, and thrum of sea sings silence in sleep. Then I hide behind the sun, light my soul and change with half enchantment nearly to a phoenix, my form a man yet fire-feathered, strange demi-angel flame, and as your eyes flutter in the warmth, I burst through the sun, descend in burning deiform, surprise and cover you with flame-soft feathers, stun you with softness as your touch explodes me into smoke. And all I hope for my sake is that in your hair one small orange feather be left to brush your eyelid as you wake. Want me to do another Tarzan poem? This is not quite complete. It's one in progress. Since it is a dialogue, I guess I'll face one way for Tarzan and the other for the unemployment clerk. Tarzan at the unemployment office. In former country, I climb high, move quiet, no make even leaf stir, never like poacher, break twig on branch, climb high, gather stuff I need. Well, if you were ever convicted of being a cat burglar, we can get you a rehabilitation scholarship to one of our finest universities. No, never convicted, never steal. Sorry, no scholarship. No want scholarship, want job, plenty strong, do good work. Oh, too bad, too bad. That rules out disability. But maybe if you said you had scoliosis. Me never lie. Lie is bad. Oh, that's too bad. We had an opening for a congressman's aide. Too bad. Are you a minority? My mama who raised me was big 8. You mean simian companion. Don't be politically incorrect here. How long have you been on welfare? Never. Find own food, do on work. What are you, anti-American? We're trying to help. Please cooperate. Look, me willing to work hard all day from time to sunrise till times. Why do you keep persisting in this negative attitude? I don't think we can wait. Can you type? No. Can you read? Only a little bit. Write? Only name. File? No. Use a word process. Word what? We've got just the job for you. It's with the government.
Now let's see, where were we here? 1977 was Carl B. Morton. 1978 also. 1979 was Alice Brawley of New Mexico through 1980. 1981 was Juanita Hackelman of Arizona through 1982. 1983 was Jackie Murphy of Texas through 1984. And then in 1985, we have one of our nfsps presidents. Welcome, Barbara Stevens of South Dakota.
Who wants to follow Liz Sweatman? Has been a difficult year for me. I want to thank you for your many cards. Without poetry and poetic friends, I don't think I'd have made it.
The searching soul. Cirrus clouds straggle down to meet dust clouds. Wind brushes prairie grasses silver. Fields are pinstriped with sprouting corn. The sea fills lonely places in my mind. Remembered sound of breakers drowns out meadowlark song. Restless fields of corn become wave swells. Wind whooshing over plains is salty air. If I had been born now instead of 60 plus years ago, I should say 70 now, I would not be bound to earth and sea. I would wheel and roll, soar into the sky. Whenever earthbound, I would long for space. My prairie-bound soul would seek the skies, as now my memory hungers for the sea. You can tell I'm an English woman. Swimming at dawn. When tide was high in the cove, sea was the friend Margot and I slid into at dawn, swimsuits in hand. We love feel of silk salt waters we carved through waves, bodies immature as speckled gulls that floated close beside us. We swam until breakfast called. Each summer, our bodies grew lean, brown, and healthy. Swimming in our natural element was second nature. We giggled as we struggled to put swimsuits on underwater, gave up, dashed for shore, grabbed towels, laughed even more as a disembodied voice called from the cliffs above, "Don't worry, everybody does it." A little different. Ephemeral rainbows. Sun shines on the Isle of Skye. Clouds race over rugged hills, over fleecy sheep, whitewashed cottages. Spill their showers, move on, leave little rainbows across flocks, heather slopes, and skies. Night-covered Flora MacDonald as she rolled across the Kyle of Lacauche, across the sea to sky with the young pretender hidden. Did he see the sun rise on Skye, look back at the mainland to misery of Culloden battlefields? No, he was chasing rainbows. Flora must have yearned for her rainbow land during years of imprisonment. Bonnie Prince Charlie never thanked or acknowledged her help or sacrifice from safe exile in Italy. Many Floras in this world hide young pretenders who try to catch rainbows. Instant replay. We picnic on the sand beside the lake, eat sandwiches and stare into the sky. My grandson Justin points a stick at a gull, says, "Bang, bang, look, look, I shot a pheasant." I close my eyes, replay another picnic, in sunshine under English skies of blue on grass of Cotswold Hills. Peggy and I stare into Glen at Gloucester Aerodrome. From out of nowhere came a German plane to strafe at workers in the field below, with puffs of smoke around from ACAC guns. Then Spitfires rising from the drone to chase the rude intruders off towards the coast, unreal as any fight on celluloid from out of Hollywood, to be replayed with every picnic sandwich eaten since. Last one. Wee baby Annette and the swan. In the mirror of the Stour River, swans looked at themselves over the S-bends of their necks. Some swam to shore, paddled matron-like up sandy beach. Plump 3-year-old daughter of rosy-cheeked Scottish mother, wee baby Annette, all curves and dimples and blonde hair, came to meet them. She toddled up to King Swan, smiling eyes on the level of his topaz stare, chuckled her baby talk to him. Not impressed, he opened an orange beak, hissed loudly. Wee baby Annette turned, stumbled, fast as chubby legs could carry her over soft sand. Swan sizzled after her. Plump ratchet legs raced until she fell flat at mother's feet. Laughing, mother scooped baby up with kisses. It was a long time before wee baby Annette addressed a swan again.
1888, Jerry Robbins of Kentucky.
She just got through saying, Jerry, none of your funny stuff. And while she was saying it, you couldn't see. She was going. My poem in 3 parts was written over a long period of time. The title of the overall poem is The Voyeur. And the first segment is called Winter at a Summer Home. White-capped waves beat roughly on sandy shores, while icy rain hammers staccato tunes on a tinned roof. I peer through hazy windows, opaqued by last summer's dust, seeing scenes of sun-filled happiness as children jump and shout with joy while hurling beach balls, high or frolicking with frisbees. I hear squeals of delight instead of storm-driven sleep batting bullets of fury against the window pane my face is pressed upon. Instead of a churned-up lake regurgitating sullen waterspouts, I see speedboats slicing through stilled waters, leaving pyramids widening behind a single skier, and young lovers lying entwined not far away on a sandy bed, unaware and uncaring that I watched. God, was it really years ago that I was young and life was a lark intent on just my pleasure? I take my dust rag and gently wipe the window moistened on my side with a tear of truth as I recognize the futility of reminiscing on that which never was. I clean the windows, mop the floor to a shiny gloss. New owners soon will come for summer fun. Night Waves at Myrtle Beach, 1995. Night waves rise above blackness to silhouette a dark horizon with white ribbons that play sea tunes while I listen to the muse from a safe and sandy beach. How different the beach is tonight. No children play, no young people shout, no young lovers lie entwined, unseen and uncaring as they did that day so long ago on another beach at an inland lake where my child was conceived. Just I and one other sit alone, both of us alone, and watch the empty expanse of nothingness in the night. It is a good night for remembering. 2. 2 men walk toward the blackness broken only by the white ribbon of sea waves, which create an artificial horizon in the black. Sea music from night waves stifle their sounds. They talk, wool-sweatered from chills of an April night. I hear only conch music under the starless skies. 2 young women walk by. They laugh, smile, send silent messages, and they glide past the 2 men. The bait is swallowed. 2 young men wait, watch, and turn to follow. This beach is alive after all. I listen to the music of conchs. It is a good night for remembering.
Next, we have a president from Texas, a very lovely lady, Pat Dodgel. Welcome.
As most of you know, I've written more about death than any other subject. And so probably if I read you some of my serious poems, it would obviously be about death. But I had the great good fortune of a year and a half ago of becoming a grandmother. And so for his first birthday this last year, I wrote him a book. And so I want to read you some of Jacob Paul Fowler's, my grandson, who's 15 months old now, Jake's poems. He is very precocious for a 15-month-old, but he has a lot of help from Grandma. So, the book is entitled, I'm on my way to Kalamazoo and Other Childhood Journeys. And you have to remember, he is really a kid. This is called My Smart Spoon. My spoon is smart as it can be because it feeds my food to me. It feeds me fast, it feeds me slow, it feeds me food that makes me grow. I never lose, I always win. I open my mouth and food goes in. If my spoon has pears, I open wide, but if it's spinach, I try to hide. Sometimes Mommy says my spoon's a train. Sometimes she says it's a big airplane. Today, my Mommy talked on the phone. I sat in my high chair all alone. I was hungry as I could be, but my smart spoon did not feed me. It didn't even seem to know what direction it should go. East or west, north or south. It didn't fill with food or go in my mouth. In fact, my Mommy had to show it what to do and where to go. I'll share a secret I learned at noon. My Mommy's smarter than my spoon. And you were a spoon and we went dancing by the light of the moon and it was too dark and we couldn't see and I tripped over you and you tripped over me and you tumbled over a stew in a cup. It would be okay. We'd just eat it up. I saw a striped snake today when I went outside to play. Daddy says snakes are more afraid of me and him than we should ever be of them. So I ran inside and cried because that poor snake was so terrified. Really sick, and I don't know what to do because she taught me to always share, and now she has the flu. Dear Jake, you cannot be a caterpillar even if you choose, because you'd have 100 feet and I can't afford to buy you shoes. Love, Grandma. Do you think Uncle Stephen will let me drive his Mercedes when I grow up? Grandma says she's been grown up a long time and Uncle Stephen hasn't even let her get under the steering wheel yet. Walking. You take 2 steps and fall down. Then you take 3 steps and fall down. But Daddy says, I'm getting there. I just don't know where there is. Everybody teases Granddaddy Don about his driving. I don't see why. I think it's fun to ride with the windshield wipers on even after it stopped raining. And I like running over all those little bumps in the middle of the road. More people honk at us when he's driving. Grandma says it's because they want him to stay in one lane instead of taking 2. Mother says, I smell like a skunk. I don't see how that can be. All I did was pet that black and white kitty before I climbed the tree. The last section is entitled Things That Are Beyond the Scope of My Universe, Grandma says. So this is in that section. Mommy says that when Granddaddy and Grandma fuss, they bring up all the bad things that happened in the past. I guess Granddaddy and Grandma have just about more past than anybody else. Grandma says only she and God know where things are in her library, and Grandma forgets a lot. Granddaddy said that Grandma won him in the lottery. Grandma said she was the only one who bought a ticket.
Let's see, she was 90 and 91. And then we have another one here, Wanda B. Blaisdell. Wanda, welcome. 1992.
Well, I can tell you it's an awesome feeling to come in as president. I'm at the tail end of all of these wonderful people, and most of whom I've known too, and admired and loved for years and years. And it's really something to know that that's fallen upon you, and you hope the Dickens you can get through it and do half as good a job as the rest of them have done. I just love all these people, and I'm so proud, really I am, to be a member of the National Federation of State Poetry Society, because you people are my friends, and every year that I come, I love you all a little bit more, and this is the best reunion I go to every year. Thank you so much. You know, I'll start this one out with just a little light one. Coming out ritual from Adam's rib to women's lib. Since our first Mother Eve to Madonna, one fact has made waiting males wince. We women were made before mirrors, and we've stayed there ever since. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you still exist, but you have ceased to live. An anonymous statement that I just love. Intrinsically intertwined. The two straight-backed pines at the top of our stoop reach upward and outward, neither wither nor droop through sweltering waves of bright August heat, or yield when snow-laden. Stand as soldiers a feat I observe in rapt silence with questioning eye, as they seem to salute each dawn's beckoning sky. They shelter the path winding downward between, with intertwined branches, now so rarely seen in all human touching, yet limbs grow and breach the crudely carved chasms we prune, somehow reach. I compare the short, plump one to Mother, who tried encircling my father, the taller, with pride. She coaxed and prevailed through all seasons to tether, stand firm, deeply rooted against storms together. Just as multiple pine cones, when ripened, fall free, she bore harvest to children to release carefully. Though my parents live on, but in my memory glow, I'm reminded by pines, love survives, mine can grow. Beautiful program at noon today, and a patriotic number. I've been feeling awfully patriotic lately myself, and I want to share this one that's been around for quite a while, called A Celebration of Communication, because I think that's what poetry is all about. Oh, let us celebrate this day, our right to write. Be free to say unhampered all that lies within the soul of man. Let us begin to celebrate the glorious gift of words, to stimulate and lift the spirit far beyond this hour, and feel again the guiding power that will preserve us as a nation. Renewal of communication. The music of laughter that warms long after. This is kind of my philosophy of life, I think. Come share with me your gifts, dear friend. Such treasured notes you bring. Your secrets, fears, your joys and tears attune my soul to sing. Life passes quickly. Moments fly beyond our reach. And yet your laughter chimes sweet bells of hope so clear, I can't forget. Come share with me your gifts, dear child, with lullabies of song. Through smiles, your wonder at the world, your faith in God so strong. Life passes quickly. Moments fly and soon you try your wings, but Knowing you're prepared to soar, my heart unties the strings. Come, share with me your gifts, dear mate, that make each day worthwhile. Your strengths, support, protecting care are joyous tunes each mile. Life passes quickly, moments fly. Sweet memories build and grow into an everlasting link eternal lovers know. Come, share with me my humble thanks, dear Lord, for gifts you give, for faith to yearn, for truths to learn. Through Christ, we too may live. Life passes quickly, moments fly on bird-like wings, grown slight. Still, harmony envelops me. I sing, awaiting night. Thank you.
And now we come to our current nfsps president from Alabama. Let's all welcome Ralph Hammond.
Well, you know, Plavita told us this morning that when we start a reading, we should do something to jog people awake. Catch their eye. And I have two little shorties to catch your eye. Looking for a church. On a sun-blistering July Sunday morning, a traveling stranger pulled curbside on Valley Head's Dogleg Street and asked the lone policeman, "Could you give me direction to the Church of Christ?" The cop muttered a bit and then answered, "Well, the Davenports and Hollamans and Hammonds have the Methodist Church, and the Coopers and Joneses have the Baptist Church, but I don't know if Christ has got one here or not." That really happened. Valley Head is my hometown. Raising boys, and I have only boys in my family, you learn a lot. And this type of thing you learn. Haircut for a sheep. Dad Tony drove by Kindergarten Way to fetch his puckish son at close of day, and as he wheeled about to head for home, the little boy said in lively monotone, "I have a question for you, Dad." "And what's your question for me, lad?" The tot looked up without the least of impish strut and asked, "Where does a sheep get his hair cut?" While Tony rolled his eyes in questing hunt, he soon discerned he was the question's brunt. "Oh, don't you know the answer to that, Pop?" "He gets his hair cut at the Baba shop." Humorous things all the time. My first poem here is "Come Sing for Us" to William Stafford. This was written shortly before Stafford died, and the last letter I had from him was a very sweet, precious one, commenting about this poem just after I'd sent him a copy of the book. And all the things that I say in this poem are taken from elements of various of his poems written over a period of years. Come sing for us. With voice softer than the plume of ripened Kansas grass, come talk to us. Tell us things of childhood lore, of secrets whispered deep inside a hole in the ground, of flattened rocks skittered across country creeks. With Kansas twang, come read for us. Come read your books that reek with joy, and too with sorrow rent, that tell of birds held under wing, and telephone lines that groan and zing in wintry icidus. Come read for us. When boyhood turned almost to man, come tell us tales. Tell us of the good old boys who ran the town, and had their girls on their side. Come tell us tales, and how you almost became a good old boy yourself. In talk carrying us along in readiness, come share with us. Share the high and tallest things that caught your fling of lonely fancy from a top Sierra lookout post, where you read the tomes and tales and sloughed away the burdened weight of useless accoutrement. Come share with us. With voice as soft as honey oozing down a patriarch's beard, come sing for us. Sing for us the poems from off the spin of midnight craft, when you indulged the muse and bled from her the pearl drops of her trade, and wrote it down upon the page for all to see. Oh, come sing for us. Sing until your song intensifies the splendor of our listening, and we burst into a clatter of loud applause. Yes, sing for us, and we shall listen wherever the troubadour plies the gift of lilting music. We shall listen as you talk and read and tell and share and sing for us. Do come singing poems for us, William Stafford, who served twice as our honorary chancellor. And you will well remember that how wonderful it was to have him during the whole convention at Scottsdale and later at Madison, Wisconsin. I never get tired of reading her. I read her over and over and over. And an editor said to me not too long ago, he said, "Why don't you publish your poems on Emily Dickinson?" I said, "I'm not through writing them." And those of you who might lambaste the dandelion, listen closely to this poem, Emily Among the Dandelions. And this quote is taken from a book review on a new book of her letters that was published a couple of years ago in the New York Times book review section. Quote, "I am from the fields, you know, and quite at home with the dandelion, but make a sorry figure in the drawing room." Signed, Emily Dickinson, in a letter to her sister-in-law, Susan Dickinson, 1858. Oh, Emily, I too am quite at home with the dandelion. I've championed its cleverness among plants and stood in allegiance to its ruggedness in the wild from that rousing day in childhood when, at 7, I first blew its orbit-ripened sea fluffs into the western blow of raw wind, wondering where they might land and how far away. And Emily, did you ever pull a dandelion from softened loam and see the deepening length of its primary rootage that anchors it low into solid earth? And its blades, did you ever see or look at one close up and notice how its shape duplicates the pattern of a lion's tooth, dent de lion, hence dandelion? And did you in life observe the gossamer wispiness of its seated chambers, perfectly webbed and rounded, ready for wind to carry it into another generation? Yes, Emily, it takes one at home with the wild of the field who can probe the structural network of a dandelion to gain comfort in solitude, shelter from the drawing room. At least I'll go try to find the Church of Christ in town.
Well, wait a minute. How come you're all dressed up?
It's the past president's corsage.
You were up on the front with that?
Yeah, we all sat, they called us up, we pinned us on, we read our poems, and we sat in front. And we all stood up together and all got pictures.
Isn't that nice?
Yes,
Okay.
they
Well,
honored us
you're going to
all.
wear that tonight, aren't you?
Yep.
This is the reception line. The vice president and the people that have been Yeah.
Well, I know you go to
That's Orville Hancock. He's a newspaper man from Fort Worth. Been in the reception.
Well, she has two good. Hope it's, you haven't met Joe, have you? Yeah.
Max Foley. There we got Max Foley.
Checking my blood.
From Utah, yeah.
Yes, from Utah.
There it is. It is working all right. I'll just go around the room and you can tell me who to zoom in on. Anybody?
There's Sabella in the goal. If we come out. Another
Who is it?
Carol. Sabella Snyder.
That's Sabella there.
With Carol.
Who's the other one?
She's from Florida.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a record.
I got you. Who's the first one over here?
That's Rosamund Sockers.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
This is
And who's the second man? Who's the man? All right, that's Stockwell. And then the middle one is. All right. Yeah. And the next one?
The next one is going to be she has international. Voices International.
All right. And then
The next one is
Robert Morgan, Ralph Hammond. And who's the gal? What's her name talking to Ralph? That was the one that
she won the
prize poem, wasn't it? Oh, there she can put her.
Why get him on his own?
There, we got him. Hey, very
Just
good.
show you what I do.
Keep going again. I got Sue back in there. A lot of people
The next
there.
one is the
People going through the line. And Marion Louie. Oh, that's all right. There's Bill Johnson going through the line. There, I'm getting a few more. There we go. Give us a smile, girls. Oh, I think such a lovely dress and a mother and daughter combination. There we go. Tell Shar to turn around a second. On that, there he is. And you claim that that's not a beer. Maxine, and then Shar, of course, is, boy, she's really having a long conversation there. Just turn your, oh, you didn't know your picture was taken. There, get something on that. Char, Irene, little one. There we are. What's that? I love Mike. Where's Mike?
He's over there.
Oh. Lois, Leonard, Lois. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Hi. There's Joe. I don't know who our friend is here.
Cheers, Mother! Hey, Mom!
Get PJ too.
Haven't had PJ.
I already got your daughter.
Say hello!
You're gonna do it.
I will, I'll get there. Here comes Meredith. Yeah, I had just set it on the...
Yeah. Now let's see. Oh, what's going on between you two? Are you sure?
Yes.
Before you make a commitment, you want to be sure.
What I have done for my program tonight, I have chosen 3 old American songs by Aaron Copland. And he has taken these old American melodies, and the first one is Zion's Wall, which was a revivalist song, and the original melody and words were credited to John G. McCurry. He was the compiler of the Social Harp.
Here's the lady of the house holding, of the house that is, of the family holding daughter Susan's award for Award of Professional Excellence, MSBA, that's Minnesota State Bar Association, in recognition of outstanding efforts to advance the legal profession and the administration of justice. Susan Stevens Chambers, 1995. What an award.
We're not
Are you
proud.
happy a little bit?
Oh, yeah, very proud of young lady.
So this will end up in Susan's office, I guess, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
To be calmed down and relaxed myself. So I get that. It takes a man who's very strong and secure in his relationship with his woman to know why she's here and what she's doing here, and to be able to accept it. Occasionally a man will come in and he will do certain things to me, and it feels good. You know, sometimes it bothers me because of my personal relationship. That tends to make me feel like I'm cheating if I let it feel too good or have an orgasm, you know. I try not to let that happen. Of course, I don't let the customers know that. When I'm with them, they get it all. You know, in their minds, they're getting it all. Women have a way of doing those things.
Prostitution is a needed thing. I think it's important. I think that we should have legalized prostitution in every state in the United States. I think it would eliminate so much crime. It would eliminate so many people that aren't healthy. It would take all the element off the streets. You know, I'd be more than delighted to go open franchises or help other people. I think we should actually have bordellos for women. But the only problem with that is I don't think I could find a man that can pull an 8-hour shift.
Real sex, take 31.
I would say wait until you're married. Yeah.
No. Safe sex. In the 90s, safe sex is important. Safe sex with that blonde that you just had on TV.
She's not into it.
I know. Oh, you just crushed our fantasies. We've been sitting here dreaming and drooling over for about the last 45 minutes.
That's right. Yeah. Really hot. Look at that face. How beautiful. You could be a big star. Yeah. Your breasts are so incredible. Don't hide your body. Open up. Open. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. That's fantastic. She's a natural. I've been exploring and researching sex for 19 years. Not by reading books, but by doing everything I could possibly do. I've had every kind of sexual experience almost that a person can have. I've had sex with, I guess, about 3,000 men. I've made about 200 porno movies. I've tried every kink and fetish imaginable. Now, I'm not saying that porn is for everybody, but it really did help me in a lot of ways. And I try and bring the good parts of it into this workshop. This is a chart of how society thinks that a woman's sex life should be. Okay, you're born and you're a virgin until the night of your wedding, and you're married. And once you're married, you're monogamous your entire life. And then once you hit menopause, you become a non-sexual, sexually useless woman, and then you die. But the way I see it, everyone has a different path. So what this workshop is about is we're going to explore two very different sexual personalities. We're going to explore being slutty and wild, and then we're going to become goddesses. So what I'd like to do now is we'll go around and you all share with each other, where are you at sexually in your life?
I'm not sure where I am. I've been single and living in the city for, I guess, 12 years and having fun. So I guess I'm probably more on the slutty side than on the goddess side.
I've always been kind of a golden girl. So for me, I haven't done the slut side as much.
Well, I guess I'm just really kind of scared to be a slut.
Well, inside this quiet, demure, librarian-like exterior, I think there's really a slutty goddess waiting to be born.
Thank you. I wore these on the cover of Bazumba's magazine.
You did?
Wow.
I'm touched.
I started having these workshops because it seemed like every time a woman came over to my house, she wanted to put on my clothes and get made up and put on some wigs, and then they wanted photos, and it just evolved.
Oh, Linka, yeah.
Yowza, yowza.
Wow. Yeah.
Is she not a
Tired of being blonde. When the women go into the dressing room, generally they'll just gravitate towards a particular garment. One woman will just go for boots, and the other will just want to try the pasties. You know, they'll be attracted to something.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that sexy?
Is it sexual or what? It gets sexual.
I see all women. I know how they look as glamour girls and slutty and dressed up in leather. But someone like Julie, the librarian, most people couldn't imagine how she would look.
You got it. She's got it. Look at those.
What about those overdue books?
Yes. This is our librarian from hell.
My favorite thing, though, is to put a wick in their
When I
hand.
said shh, I meant shh.
Uh-oh.
Don't bend back the spine.
That's it. There's a lot of power in sluthood. So by putting on the clothes, they make you feel a certain way. And those slutty, leathery, high heel things make you feel sexy. That's good, that's good.
I'm a mom, I have 2 kids, and when I was a slut with the wig on, I think that really allowed me to let go and become somebody else.
That's such a beautiful derriere bum, or should I say. I'd rather do an ass shot. Yeah. Yes. Ready?
It was hard for me to, show my tushy.
Take a little more this way. There we go. Oh, yes, mistress.
When we put the clothes on, it was just really amazing how easy it was, to play with that. I mean, I didn't even get as nasty as I wanted
A little
to.
more this way. Okay, you ready? That's good. Hey. Going there. Okay. Why don't you squat on there on your knees?
I've spent a lot of time building up my business. I'm a caterer. I'm always in the kitchen. I don't really get a chance to dress up. I always had a fantasy about being a dominant nurse.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. You can even bite on the glove and pull. That's it. You had your hip. Yeah, there, that's it. That's the one I'm looking for.
But I'm 20 years old and I like to dress in tight clothes and show people what I got because I know I got it.
Oh, suck on your finger. That's it. That's good. Okay, very ladylike. Maybe okay, lean back.
Where in everyday life, when I don't have leather boots on, I'm a math librarian in a large research library.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. A little more relaxed. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
I just don't get a chance to put on leather teddies too often. It just does not come up.
That's great. That's great. For those of us that have been very physical all our lives, it's really nice to start learning about the subtle energy and the spiritual side of sex. The goddess part is more full-bodied. It's more like heart-centered. And the goddess clothes are very sensual and colorful, and they make you feel very goddess-like. You all look like incredibly beautiful goddesses. What we're going to start doing now is tapping into our sexual energy through movement and breath. Just moving like this will activate the orgasmic reflex. It's possible to have an orgasm just from breathing alone. Little sex sounds here. You can start using your hands. Push out your nose. Keep the breathing going gently. And I wish all you beautiful goddesses much pleasure and ecstasy. So go out, go home and get laid. Thank you for coming to Sluts and Goddesses. Bye-bye. Bye, Annie. Bye, Annie.
And speed.
Real sex. Take 6.
Anything else? Is that it?
May I answer some questions? Because this is our favorite topic. God, I'm really comfortable talking about everything, but I'm not comfortable talking about everything.
As far as myself, another man is concerned, he's limited. But the woman, she's unlimited.
Sex before marriage? That's a
Oh, we've never done it, ever.
Sex at sea is fantastic, but I want to tell you what. To me, though, sex on a train, you can't beat sex on a train, though.
We did it in Lagoon once in Venezuela, in a very remote area.
The best part of sex? Getting there. Real sex. It's a wrap.